Doug Stanhope has been in stand-up comics since 1990. He's hosted his own television show, The Man Show, and many other programs. He's got TV shows in the U.S., England, Canada currently. We'll talk about some of those. DougStanhope.com. You know, I met Joe Rogan, I guess it's got to be 12 years ago now, and then I 9, 10 years ago, had a chance to meet Stanhope. His comedy certainly changed. A lot of stuff you do is really funny. I think you're a talented guy. I disagree with about 50% of what you say. Then it gets confusing because I agree with part of the other half. But before we get into a big argument and a big debate, because I didn't want to get in a fight with you, and you've come ready. You're all amped up. No. Hey, that's great. Say whatever you want. Do whatever you want. You said you want to talk about eugenics. You disagree with me. So we're going to discuss it all coming up here. And you were even saying you don't even like Ventura's show that I'm part of. You can talk about that, whatever you want. But first off, tell us about what you've been doing lately and about some of the TV shows and stuff.
All I've been doing is stand-up. Yeah, we did a show for the BBC. I had a segment it was called Newswipe. But really, I'm just doing stand-up. I moved to a small town in Bisbee, Arizona, right on the Mexican border, so I'm right by the fire exit when the whole end game, when the whole country falls apart, I'm right by the Mexican border, so I'm at the fire exit to get the hell out of here. I watch your videos. They scare the hell out of me. And all
right, well, let me ask you a question. You know, early on, you didn't think 9/11 was an inside job. I think over the years, you've changed that stance some. I've talked about the banks are going to implode things by design. Now that's happened. So like, why am I wrong then about other stuff?
Oh, I didn't say you were wrong. I didn't say you were wrong at all. This stuff that I think, yeah, eugenics. I've always preached incentive-based eugenics. I don't see where there's anything wrong with a plan where, when you take the force out of it, if you made it an incentive-based program, and there are programs out there,
it's called industrialization.
All right. As long as...
Well, every country that's industrialized goes from an average of 3.7 children globally to 1.3.
All right.
And so...
1.3 is still too many. When you live in a finite...
No, when you have two parents, 1.3 isn't even replacement. If people only had 1.3 forever, right, our population would go extinct.
And then traffic would be good, and I wouldn't have to worry about getting from here to KLBJ.
But everybody's got a right to exist. I tell people that really believe in eugenics, they should kill themselves.
Well, I'm not planning on breeding, and that's changed me a lot, Alex, is the fact...
No, you got to go further, Doug. You got to go further. Okay?
All right.
Because you're still taking up resources. You took a jet airplane ride here. If you believe in all this...
Yeah, and one child increases your carbon footprint 40 times.
So you believe carbon dioxide's bad?
I have no idea. I don't think about this stuff. I have a fun life.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to let you roll because you were nice to come in. We're going 30 minutes into overdrive, too, or 20 minutes or so. Then you're going to 93.7 to be on with them. So, I mean, there's so much to talk about. Give me your view on eugenics, because there's the public eugenics, positive and negative, is within that. The public system of eugenics, but there's a real overlay elite eugenics of social Darwinism where they want to basically kill in their internal documents 99.9%, publicly 80%.
All right. Well, again, you have all these facts and figures. I have no idea.
I have the White House Science Czar's book.
You are like the internet.
But I mean, do you like him?
Such a barrage of information that you just can't take it all in. You're here. It's like when you go on Wikipedia and you click a link and that takes you to a page and you click another link and then you go, I don't even know why I went on the internet to begin with. You're just such a barrage of information. I think that people are basically dumb. I'm an elitist. I'm a drunk. I'm not educated, and I believe I'm probably in the top 5% of the smartest people on this planet, which is really scary because I'm not bright at all. And yeah, I'm somewhat of an elitist, and I think eugenics. Before you ask for the people to rise up and take what's theirs, meet the people, because they're really, really buffoons.
No, I mean, but that's the modern decadent society, and there's always been slobs out there, and it is a lot worse now. The problem is the elite are using the slobs and putting them in police uniforms to destroy the middle class, which the elite say is their genetic enemy. The elite obsess over people like me or other people that are smart. They want me dead. I'm their real enemy. Eugenics is targeting me. I don't like that.
I know, and that's why I want a job application from the New World Order. I want to be on that side. Like, that's what sucks is when you're in the middle, where you go, all right, I'm aware of this power elite that's, manipulating me and people not being aware of it, but I also see people not wanting to that want to be led. As long as you want to be led, you're going to have leaders that are corrupt. And that's going to just go on. It's going to be cyclical. And I think...
Well, I mean, clearly, humans do toxic things to the planet, but so do volcanoes and asteroids. And I'm all for cleaning things up. My issue is, this isn't cleaning it up. This is the banks cleaning up their competition. So, I mean, what would you do then? I mean...
you know what I did? I bought a little house on the border in a small town, and I'm just whittling away my days trying to enjoy myself, because I'm not leaving anyone behind on this planet. That's your problem. You're a father.
You're not going to have children.
No, get a vasectomy. I'm tied up. If I wanted a kid, I would adopt one. There's plenty of pre-made people on this planet that are unwanted and waiting for you to come.
So the hundreds of thousands of years of your genetic line and all the struggling and fighting cave bears and other tribes and everything that brought you to this point, you want that to leave the solar system. Not me. I want my genetics going to Alpha Centauris, and it is. We're going to defeat these people. We're going to spill out in giant hordes and colonize space, and we're going to turn into something unbelievably powerful.
And then people will ruin space. You'll have East space versus West space, and you'll have...
We'll ruin space.
Yes.
Hundreds of billions of galaxies with trillions and trillions of stars.
No, I'm saying...
Thousands of habitable planets already discovered with the super telescopes, and we're going to destroy space. No, we're going to bring our consciousness and our beauty to space.
How we can...
And we're going to defeat the hordes that work for the New World Order, and we're going to defeat the New World Order.
I appreciate your passion, and I wish I had it, and I wish I had hope. But I deal with people every day, and the more you look at how tragically awful human beings are at their core. No.
Well, I will say this. I thought everybody was like my parents, really good, loving, intelligent, compassionate, people that enjoyed beauty and were honorable. And sure, but I've had elitists tell me this. They've said, Alex, the public scum, you need to just join us. Let's say off record, and I've had meetings with people, quite a few, CEOs, globalists.
Drop my name.
Well, no, and I mean, I'm not kidding. I've been taken up on them. But the thing is, once you give into that they're all scum, then the sky's the limit. I mean, then we do destroy society. See, that's a spell. That's a delusion. It's like a mind virus.
Well, yeah, I think you constantly have to fight the powers that be on some level. Again, you're trying to fight everybody at once, and you're amazing.
I am not amazing. Doug Stanhope, though, you're a great comic. And that's what throws me, is so much what you say I totally agree with. And then there's so many other things I see, and I find it very disturbing. But I guess at least it gets me thinking. DougStanhope.com is the website. We've got it linked.
All my fans are waiting for you to call me a degenerate atheist. They say it's only a matter of time before he refers to you as a degenerate atheist.
Well, I did refer to you that when you were nice enough to have me introduce you on stage.
Yes. And
But that's because even though I like you at certain levels, I can't be dishonest about...
Well, at the same time...
You can call me a degenerate guy that believes in fairy tale gods.
I would say that if you were
the problem is I am directly energized by the spirit of the universe. I can feel it. It guides me. I know it's there. I've seen things that I wouldn't even tell people on air.
Sure.
I've had experiences. It's real. We're only in one...
I had them on DMT.
No, I have them without... We're only in a very thin dimension here. You know, very small part.
All right.
You know, you've got senses other than your eyes, your touch, your smell.
I would love to just have one clip of Alex Jones scratching his head going, I really don't know.
Joe Rogan believes in God now.
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he bred, too. He has a kid.
Yeah, as soon as you do that, you believe it, yeah.
That he believes in God.
Because once you have children, it triggers mechanisms in you. And, yeah.
Yeah, it triggers probably horrible things in you. That whole, ape-like need to protect and yeah.
But it's that...
It deludes logic. I believe.
I never thought clear until I had children.
Really?
I only wish my wife would give me more.
I think, sex and children are the two things that delude logic the most in this society. Where everyone's trying to get laid, or once you have kids, you have to protect them, and it brings out all that animal instinct in you that makes you ignore the rational, logical part of your brain.
No. From an intellectual and historical and from the view of anthropology and sociology and psychology, our whole design is to breed.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Is they keep breeding and breeding, and we live in a finite space, and that's why...
No, we've got to go off-world.
Off-world, okay. Yeah, once that plan is in effect, then start humping out the kids. Don't bring the product before you built the shelves.
Well, here's the problem, and they talk about this in the movie Idiocracy. You seen Mike Judge?
Yeah.
Where it shows the really smart yuppies or whatever. They're like, oh, we're not going to have kids for the earth. And then it shows the football player going with the cheerleaders, I'm going to have babies with all of you.
Sure.
So you see that problem? Shouldn't smart people have children?
If you want to continue fighting the hordes of retards that make up this planet, sure. I see. I go, no, all right, I have no babies. I'll leave no problems behind. And I agree with you. Yeah, I'm not against your theories about eugenics, and I'm not saying there's no new world order. It would be retarded to think there wasn't some kind of new world order on every social. What you guys get? You have people out here. You control how that guy's going to get to work at 2:30, and he kisses your ass more, so he's going to get a better job than him.
Not really.
Engineer on whatever level of society, so it would be.
Well, whoever does the best job gets paid more out there.
All right,
and also I kind of let them do their own thing as long as they get the job done.